Good morning. Well, last night was Halloween at camp and it was so cute. I had such a good time handing out bubbles and candy to our trick-or-treaters, and all evidence is gone today. The decorations are down, so it goes as quickly as it comes, but it was fun. Yesterday, while I was waiting for trick-or-treaters, I finished reading I Am Watching by Emma Kavanaugh, and I have to tell you, it was really good. About halfway through, I started suspecting somebody, but then the author kept throwing hints and clues towards someone else, and you start to get pretty strongly convinced. But in the end, it was the person that I had suspected at the beginning, or the middle, and yeah, it was a great book, and I'm glad I read it. So Emma Kavanaugh, I Am Watching. Good morning, everybody. Deb here. Welcome to another day in my life. This week is, I don't know what we really have planned. We're signed up again for water tank delivery so we can scrub the roof of the fifth wheel and the fifth wheel and see if anything needs sealed before we leave for the season, which is coming up so quickly. But that's the only definite thing that I know that's going on. I'm going to start a new book. It is called The Cellist by Daniel Silva, and this is what the back cover says. Viktor Orlov had a long-standing appointment with death. Once Russia's richest man, he now resides in exile in London, where he is waging a crusade against the kleptocrats who have seized control of the Kremlin. His mansion is protected by armed bodyguards, yet somehow, on a rainy summer evening, in the midst of a global pandemic, Russia's vengeful president finally manages to cross Orlov's name off his kill list. Before him was the receiver from his landline telephone, a half-drunk glass of red wine, and a stack of documents. The documents are contaminated with a deadly nerve agent. The Metropolitan Police determined that they were delivered by one of Orlov's employees, a prominent investigative reporter. And when the reporter vanishes hours after the killing, MI6 concludes she is a Moscow Center assassin who penetrated the billionaire's formidable defenses. But Gabriel Allen believes his friends in British intelligence are dangerously mistaken. His search for the truth will take him to Geneva, where a private intelligence service is plotting an act of violence that will plunge an already divided America into chaos. Only Allen, with the help of a brilliant young woman employed by the world's dirtiest bank, can stop it. So that sounds good. That sounds like something I can get lost in for a few hours a day. Yeah. So that's what's going on right now. I will talk to you later. The other night, after trick-or-treating, I went over to see Dylan and Rocio to see how much fun they had with it. And we got to talking, and one of the questions that Rocio asked me was, I was craving fruity candy, and she asked me what my favorite fruity candy was, and I said Swedish Fish. And she said, oh, she likes Swedish Fish too. Well, today, Dylan and Kirk went into town together. Every day, Kirk picks up a newspaper for his mother, and when he came back, he had Swedish Fish. So I'm pretty excited. Alright, I have my book here, I have my Swedish Fish. I'm gonna go outside and read for a little bit, and I don't know what else we'll get up to, but yeah, I feel good. So, alrighty, catch you later. It's a cool day. We have lit the chimenea on our porch. We've ordered pizza and wings for supper. Sounds like a pretty chill evening to me. Today we're heading into town to run a few errands, you know, stop by the credit union and check our P.O. box. We have to pick up an anniversary gift for one of Kirk's relatives for a party we're going to on Saturday. So, yeah, we'll be out for a little while. I'm not sure if we'll stop anywhere else, but that's the plan for today. Okay, we are back from town. Very successful trip. We took care of what we needed to at the credit union. We picked up the anniversary gift. We stopped and got ice cream. We got milkshakes on our way home. We stopped in the office and paid for next season. So, oh, and our social security cards came. So that means I can renew and upgrade my license. So, lots of good things happening today. I will see you later. So the water tank has arrived and we have to use water out of the lake because the water that comes to our sites is out of wells. So they don't want to run the wells dry, scrubbing our RVs. We did give this a good scrub last summer and it looked great, but we're sitting under something like 5 trees, so this is the residue that gets left. This bee will not leave me alone, so that is what we are going to just do today. And it looks gray and overcast and it's kind of cool, but it's supposed to clear up and get into the 70s, so here's to hoping. Well, you can see where I can't reach in the front, but you can also tell that there is a big difference. At least I think you can tell. Anyway, I'm going to take a break, grab a drink real quick. Kirk went to the hardware store to get an O-ring. Yeah. He did find some places on the roof that need to be resealed. That's one of the reasons that we do this every year. We don't do back to school hauls anymore, but we do use the return to school to push us into gear for starting projects to leave for the winter, and this is one of them. I made a little friend. I have a ladybug on my arm. Kirk, the dreamboat that he is, such a dear man, when he went to the hardware store, got me a milkshake, and I am loving it. We just located Frogger, but I'm sure he'll be fine. Okay, we have washed the fifth wheel, and we got a bunch of gunk on the truck, so we're washing the truck too. And I do not feel bad about using this water to do this project today because, as I mentioned earlier, we are not allowed to use well water for washing our RVs. They fill up a water tank in the lake, and that is what we're using today. So yeah, we're washing the truck now.
Give me one more.
Okay people, today is the day. We are heading back to the DMV to renew and upgrade my license. So fingers crossed all goes well, and I will let you know the outcome in a little bit. Well, today's trip to the DMV was successful. It was the Friday before a holiday weekend. The line was huge. It took us an hour in line, but once we finally made it to a helper, it took 10 minutes. So that's good. So that's one more thing off our list. I forgot to film it, but we stopped at a little farm stand at the end of the road and picked up some corn and cucumber for supper to go with ribs that I put in the crock pot this morning. So the whole RV smells like ribs. Ugh, it smells so delicious. I'm getting hungry just by smelling it. And yeah, I'm not just sure what else we're gonna get up to today. Kirk did some work while we were waiting in line at DMV. He's back at work now. Yeah, so not quite sure what's gonna go on. I am really enjoying Daniel Silva's this Cellist. Such a good book. I'll probably try and finish it today. It's so good. But yeah, I'll let you know what we get up to and show you a picture of our ribs and corn and cucumber when we have supper. Well, supper was delicious. I have to tell you, it was so good. The produce from the farm stand, yum. Our ribs in the crock pot were also delicious. So I've done the dishes, and Kirk made the trips back and forth to the laundry room, so I did the folding duty. And I'm going to jump in the shower, and then I only have this much of my book left. So after my shower, I'm going to make a hot chocolate, and I'm going to finish my book. Tomorrow we have an anniversary party for Kirk's uncle and aunt who have been married for 65 years. That's pretty incredible. Can't even imagine. So I think that's where I'm going to leave off for today, but I will see you again tomorrow. Hello. This morning, it's Saturday, so as usual we went to the corner diner for breakfast. I did not have breakfast. I had lunch. I had poutine. It was delicious. Following the diner, we headed to the grocery store, and it cost $117. I'm not even kidding you. It was so expensive. Now we are picking up Kirk's mom to go to the anniversary party for his Uncle Wayne and his Aunt Carol. They've been married for 65 years, which is pretty incredible. It's kind of overcast and gray. It's been rainy, so I don't know what their weather contingency plan is, because initially we were just told to bring chairs, so, you know, like an outdoor deal. But I guess we'll see what happens when we get there. Well, it's 5:30. We were at the anniversary party. It lasted 3.5 hours. The food, there was so much food. It did end up raining partway through, but other than that, it was a lot of fun just visiting with relatives and bringing home some leftovers. I forgot to tell you that I finished The Cellist by Daniel Silva, and I have to say I had forgotten how much I enjoy just a good espionage story. So I'll definitely be reading some more of the Gabriel Allon series, because he was a really intriguing character, and I'd like to read more of Daniel Silva's Gabriel Allon franchise series. So today we are heading 2 hours to Kirk's brother's house to have a meal with them. He wanted to visit before we left, and we are leaving for Maine next week for 10 days, which cuts into the amount of time that we'd be able to visit with him. So we're going to do that today. The anniversary party yesterday, as I mentioned, was very nice. They had tents set up, and so the rain in the afternoon wasn't really that much of a problem. The food was good, nice company. It was nice to visit with everybody, and yeah, so I'm gonna edit some, and then we'll be heading 2 hours south to see Victor and Michelle. We just turned onto Victor and Michelle's road. It was a lovely ride down through the Adirondacks, so looking forward to hanging out with them for a little bit. I will see you later. Well, we just left Victor and Michelle's. We had a great visit, we had a great meal, and now we're heading home. It'll take us about 2 hours. So I'm going to end this week's vlog here. If you stuck around this long, thanks for spending another week with me. I'll see you next week. We have big doings. We are heading to Maine.